usual below in the pinned comment, first comment there, okay? And I hope you are all doing well. I am doing this live, so yeah, like I said, skip ahead to the pinned comments and the timestamps, but as I'm doing it live, I'm going to wait for a few people to start to come on, okay? We'll cleanse this space. Hello Noxie, we'll be doing all signs today, so bear with us. I hope you enjoy this live. Oh my goodness, and I always do this and I get shit on the table. I have to put it on the tiles because it'll go out pretty quickly. Okay, hi everybody, we're going to start with Taurus. Just bear with me please guys. Okay, just wait for a few more people to jump on. We'll start with the earth signs as it is Taurus season. Just wait for a few more people. My internet is really good, so I don't think it's my internet, guys. So just let me know if it's more than one of you, then maybe there is an issue. But hi Eddie. We're doing an all signs for all the signs today, from Taurus through, first of all, shit on the table. Yeah, yeah, I had some, I hate that. And you know, I always had trouble burning sage, always had trouble burning sage. But I've got a trick now, so I just pick parts off it and then just do little bits, but then it sort of comes down and drops. This one's still burning. All right, guys, we're looking at Taurus first of all. Happy birthday to those Taurians after, I don't know why I said after. How interesting. So after something's happened, Taurus, what's going on? All right, let's have a look at your main energy. We're just going to pull an oracle from the Shadows of Light oracle deck. Okay. I prefer Palo Santo as well. But because I'm in a very humid climate, sometimes it takes a while to burn, so I have to dry my sage out. Let's see, Taurus, what's here for Taurus? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but mainly your rising. So I don't know if you know your birth chart, guys. If you don't know your birth chart, you can quickly go below in the description. That is for your ascending sign as well. So if you want to know your rising sign, go check that out, okay? See if you can have a look at that before we do the live and get too far ahead of ourselves. Okay, right, Spirit, show me for Taurus. Oh, that one came right. So something's on the table. I'm hearing like all cards on the table, pardon the pun, or like something is like presented here. There's something being presented this week, Taurus, because that card just literally slipped out onto the table, but like it was like, this is my proposal, this is it, this is what I want to do. Maybe you're doing this with yourself, maybe you're making a list, checking it twice, and you know, proposing something to yourself, like a New Year's resolution for your birthday year. Okay, so what card do we have? Intimacy. Interesting. Okay, so some of you obviously could be thinking about what intimacy means to you, especially if you're, you know, partnered, or if you're single, thinking about, you know, if you're single, you know, do I want intimacy in this new year? in this new year. This is just for this week though, but this is like a focus on it. Maybe you're putting something on the table with your partner, right? Maybe you're putting this on the table, so to speak, with yourself. Something about a paradox. You want it, but you don't want it. So for those single, you sort of like, you crave intimacy sometimes, but then you think, how would that change my life? So you could be thinking a lot about love this week, okay? Let's look at some cards. Let's look at some cards for you, Taurus. Taurus for the week of 27 May, please, Spirit. Wow, you have the Three of Cups. So this is looking out to be a really nice reading, like with the cards. I've only got 2 cards, but very, very nice energy here. Very like positive energy. Perhaps you're celebrating with your partner here this week if you're coupled. Or you could have just met somebody, Taurus, or you're going to meet somebody in this week. You could be going out with friends to, you know, if you're invited to a party, or I'm getting a soiree. That's a French word. Someone might be out there that's French, but it's more like a dance or something like that. I don't go dancing or whatever. It seems very old-fashioned. Okay, so Three of Cups energy, because there's boredom here. So, you know, all these cards talk about the heart chakra, the Three of Cups, then we've got the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups can be very like, I'm bored. I'm bored. I don't want what's offered to me. I've met this person, but I'm not really feeling it. Okay, so that could be for you. You could be going out, you could meet someone, and then you could be like, you know, paradox. I want it, but I don't want it. Okay, how is this going? Have I healed enough to get into a relationship right now? And how is something triggering your shadow side with another person? And you know, it really does talk about romantic love, to be honest, with this Lovers card. That this is the intimacy card. This card specifically is very romantic, very, very, yeah, well, it's not platonic. So for those of you, Taurus, that's more interested in romance, you'll be thinking a lot about it this week. You could be thinking what sort of like, yeah, pushes your button. She's pushing a button. It could be a very intimate week. Eddie, don't say anything. I'm doing this live, guys, if you're watching after the live. I've got a naughty person on my chat. All right, intuition. So High Priestess, Pisces energy. This is definitely, we'll clarify these now because I'm not pulling any more from this deck. We're just going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm going to clarify these cards because we don't want to go too long on each sign. So what's this Three of Cups here? And it's right next to the Four of Cups. Maybe you go somewhere, Taurus, this week, and then you're like, oh, really excited about it. And then it ends up being, I'm bored at this at a party, like this party's stale. Let's go somewhere else, or I'm just going to go home. And that card of intuition really sort of like, yeah, talks to me about wanting to, I just feel really strong Hermit energy with this card. So it's like, I want to be on my own. So Taurus wants to be on their own right now, possibly. I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to associate with other people. And then this is also about possibly romance, where you know you're feeling, you're not feeling something. You're not feeling it, okay? And then the Two of Pentacles is here saying, should I, shouldn't I? This intimacy card, should I, shouldn't I? That paradox energy. And perhaps you're proposing something to yourself. You're really, it's more so like you're really thinking, do I want intimacy in my life right now? Do I want a romantic partner, or don't I? Okay, how much is it going to fit into my life at this point in time? So it's almost like you're wanting to fill your cup, but you're also wanting to put yourself, like you're wanting to fill your cup by, you know, being with another person, possibly in an intimate way. Perhaps you have that craving this week to be more intimate. And then we have the Empress, but you know, you're thinking, I'd rather be on my own. Empress energy, that's your energy, Taurus. But I'd rather be on my own. So there's this like push and pull energy here, especially when it comes to romantic. If you are currently coupled, Taurus, this is very much so like, I want to spend some time by myself. I want to get back in touch. Yeah, Hermit energy with this. And you know what? I've been saying for quite a few weeks now that the opposite signs are really relating to each other. So Virgo is the opposite to Pisces, and you may be just like wanting to be in that hermit mode. It's almost like you're happy to go somewhere or do something with someone or be with your partner, but then there's something that's just not satisfying you here this week, and you're sort of pulling back because intuitively you just feel like you want to be by yourself. Okay, that's okay, Taurus. That's okay. It's almost like you're ruminating here. It's a ruminating energy. And then we have the Death card. We also have the Empress come out. So you've got Emperor, Empress. And there's something here. And then we got Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Should be dealing with another earth sign this week. Or this could be you really thinking about like the direction you want to go in this new astrological birthday year. And there's a lot more excitement. It's like, I'm bored. I want excitement. I'm not getting it where I am. I'm not getting it where I am with who I'm with. So there's a lot of ruminating here. It's a nice week for self-reflection, Taurus. Okay, let's look at Virgo. We're going to just bear with me because I'm sort of using one hand here. Still, I can't really I have to shuffle in a different way, but that's okay. The messages are still coming through. Virgo, I'm just going to tune in a little bit here, Virgo. So there's something about protection. I'm getting immediately protection. So perhaps this week, and we know we need to do this all the time, Virgo, but perhaps this week I'm doing this week, actually, cleansing your home, cleansing your space, tidying up, cleaning up. There's something here about protection though, so protecting your energy, meditation, asking Archangel Michael for protection, and yeah, you're putting yourself, beautiful, I like this. There's like this vulnerability, being alone, possibly, Virgo. This deer's all alone in the forest. And this fawn actually is like, it's almost like you're starting off anew and you're not quite sure the direction that this is going to take you, but while you're doing it, you're being vulnerable, but you're being open, Virgo, to other things, to other possibilities. Virgo sun rising. Okay, I'm a Virgo sun, but look at your rising sign, guys. It's important if you're a Virgo sun, okay? As well, you can watch both. Let's have a look at why this is here. So feeling vulnerable, but in a good way. I'm venturing out anew. I'm venturing out on my own. I don't know how to, like, I'm in this, I don't feel you're in a dark place because this fawn looks light in the black darkness of the forest. So it's like you're coming out of possibly a difficult situation or a difficult time, but you're coming out wanting something new. Okay, wanting something new, wanting some new excitement, and there's some vulnerability associated with this, okay? Needing to be vulnerable, needing to put yourself out there, maybe join a group, maybe go meet people you haven't met before. There's something about really yeah, wow, you've got the card of intuition. And like I said, this is Pisces, but the opposite to Pisces is Virgo and vice versa. And I really do feel that the signs, the opposite signs, are really tuning in with each other. So it's that paradox energy, but the yin and yang as well here, with and a lot of feminine energy here. Okay, so there's this like really doing a lot of introspect this week, possibly being on your own, doing a lot of spiritual work, putting yourself out there. Perhaps you're being vulnerable in some sort of spiritual way, something you haven't done before. We have patience, temperance energy, because by sitting in stillness, Virgo, by being vulnerable and opening up to spirit especially, you're able to plant a seed, a new seed that's going to blossom something, and you're being very patient with yourself and understanding that things will happen in the right time here. You've got two major cards. Perhaps you're being patient with someone else, but I feel it's more like with yourself. As the messages come through, as the downloads come through, that you need to start this new adventure. I feel it's like a new adventure, but you're not acting on it just yet. And we have the Chariot. It's a spirit, very spiritual week, Virgo. Very, very spiritual week. And you're holding this flag high of victory in the Chariot energy, okay? So you're really like getting in tune with spirit this week. Really, really good idea to sit in stillness, do a third eye or even a crown chakra or both meditation. Be patient with spirit as they bring forward the message, because you may not get the message or the answers you seek immediately. I just saw this horse almost like it moved, like it was moving. It must have been the way I moved the card. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Let's clarify these. All major cards. So it's a major week in a spiritual sense for you. Putting yourself out there on the line. I always want to sit in the dark at night, like at midnight, and do candle gazing and put my spirit talker on. And that's putting yourself in a vulnerable position, right? That's putting yourself in a vulnerable position, because it's scary, right? Especially on your own if you're doing that sort of spiritual work. Let's have a look at what else we have here for Virgo, please, Spirit. Page of Swords, that's getting curious. Perhaps you're curious about some sort of spiritual activity that you haven't done before, and you're definitely putting yourself in a vulnerable position here by doing this. And make sure you're protecting yourself if you're doing anything like that. Cleansing, cord cutting, anything like that, anything esoteric as well. You will get the results you want if you do this, Virgo, okay? But you have to put yourself in that vulnerable position and just be brave, sort of thing. I'm seeing some strength energy. What else do we have for Virgo with this? What's going on? Wow, the Tower and the Eight of Wands. I actually feel this is not others. I don't feel this tower is created in a negative way whatsoever. There could be messages coming. There could be messages coming in from the internet, from others, but I don't feel this, Virgo. I feel this is more like downloads and spirit coming in really quickly. That's going to change a lot of things. That's going to give you the answers that you seek. Okay, so it's more of a you thing. Perhaps you are, though, feeling vulnerable with another person, and you have to, yeah, wow. Shadow work would be great this week to be able to release yourself from some sort of habit, pattern, behavior, mindset. Capricorn energy. You could be getting messages from someone. It's all part of your healing if that's the case, but I don't feel this is, and we don't really have any court cards here. This is all about you, Virgo, and, you know, getting the answers you need to how to move forward, because you will be successful in this. We've got the Chariot, and Spirit is with you in whatever you're doing here to release. I'm doing cord cutting. So cord cutting to me is definitely devil energy, where I'm releasing something this week, or, you know, a person, whatever I'm going to be doing with candles, okay? And if you want a cord cut, Virgo, go ahead and look at the shorts. There's loads of shorts on how to use candles to cord cut, and I'm picking that up really strongly here. I'm picking up like that fire energy as well. So anything to do with candles, fire, you know, candle gazing, cord cutting. But there's this huge release here, and because there's no other people here, I really don't feel like it's messages you're getting from someone else. It's going to upset the apple cart. I actually feel it's a really good tower, and I feel that you're creating it by going into this vulnerable state of connecting with spirit. Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, wow, yeah, good fortune. Oh, wow, this is really, really beautiful, Virgo. Really nice. Something, the downloads that you do receive from spirit, if you do this exercise, remember this is spirit's advice and focus for this week really as well. Like, it's not just what's coming up depending upon, you know, the sign and the cards that come out. But the Wheel of Fortune is good luck, good fortune, something coming that's super good news, something with this tower. It's landing right on this tower that you're like, oh my God. Like, I'm hearing something from spirit, I'm hearing something from another possibly, but I don't hear. I feel it's more esoteric at a soul level. And then you've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse, Virgo, so that's like that And that's your card, number 9, and it's in the reverse. So you're able to break down some sort of wall here and not be so guarded anymore because you're getting the answers from spirit. Okay, yeah, and you're able to mentally move forward and put something behind you. Now, what you're doing as far as cord cutting may be about another person. Definitely. But I don't feel they're involved in it this week. So a really strong week of, you know, the main part of your week, I want to say, I actually will be very esoteric or spiritual if you want it to be, okay? But I feel that this is, you know, more so over the weekend. If I was to pull some weekend cards out for you, Virgo, and we'll do that on Friday. But if I was to pull some weekend cards out for you, you'd probably see a lot more lightness. I feel like the Hermit is getting out of their cave at the weekend next week. Okay, let's look at Capricorn, Sun and Rising. Mainly Sun Rising. Okay. Cap, what's here for you? If you are new here, please like, subscribe, stick around. Projection. So this week your main card is projection. So, you know, this can be looking at yourself in the mirror. Actually, I find this very true because for Capricorns this week, because I was watching, I'm a Cap rising, and I was watching something, and it was talking about looking at yourself in the mirror and sort of like being very honest and saying, you know, what do I need to do? What do I really want? What does my heart tell me? Projection energy is always like, just be careful what you project out. The energy that you give out is always reflected back to you. So for example, if you're associating with shitty people, then because like your energy is associating with shitty people, whether it's through, you know, emails or social media or just literally in person, you're going to attract shitty people back, okay? Or people will view you as a projection of themselves. So just be very careful who you're associating with, the energy that you're projecting. Is it kind? Is it caring? Is it compassionate? Are you being compassionate with yourself as well, Cap? So I think that there's a lot of people, there's a few people around you this week, obviously, because if you were, hi, don't be stalking me, hey, going, I am doing this, we're going to do all the oil signs first, okay? So let's have a look, and then I'll see how I go, all right? We got sacral chakra energy. 9 of Cups energy is here as well. I did knock it off. It didn't fall to the floor. I'm just having a little bit of difficulty with my arm, so I can't. Ow! Now I've hit my knee. Oh, now I've hit my knee on the table. Be careful of accidents this week, Capricorn. Be careful especially of your knees or your bones or your joints. 9 of Cups energy, solar plexus. I really like this, Capricorn. The solar plexus is really all about your intuition, about feeling into that. And if someone's trying to project their emotional dumping ground or their baggage on you, I feel that you're just projecting, like you're just like leaving that situation, walking away, not responding. The best response is no response, Capricorn, okay? Fulfillment of wishes, you're really putting yourself first this week, 100%. You may be very clumsy this week. I've just dropped 2 cards, not from the deck as I shuffled, they just my clumsiness, okay? So just be careful with accidents, like I said, being clumsy, you know, where you're walking, make sure you're not tripping on anything or banging into anything. So there's something here about accidents. You got the Ace of Wands. Wow. So there's some sort of really strong, I'm going to do this, something light up inside of you. And you've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So beautiful, and there's all these circles, okay, because we've got 2 circles on the Empress, and we've got that big circle on this one. We've also got this solar plexus with the big circle on it here. So there's something about something being completed, Capricorn. There's something about completion, but there's also something about growing something and starting something anew. The Empress didn't get to where she was by sitting on her hands all her life, him, her, whatever. There's something about peacocks. I saw 2 paintings of peacocks yesterday. So this, and then we have the star energy. We also have the crown chakra at the bottom of the deck. More circle energy, another circle. Okay, so there's something about, I don't feel it's like a coming back around because of the beautiful cards you've got, Capricorn. You've got the star, which is, you know, completing something. You've put a lot of hard work into something, and it's not like it's completed. It's like you can close it and say, I did that, I'm proud of that, and I'm going to start this new thing. Okay, with the Ace of Wands being here, something's getting you excited. It could be a spiritual week as well, Capricorn, with that crown chakra, connecting with your spirit guides. Virgo got a very spiritual reading for this week. What else do we have here? You've got the solar plexus energy. The 5 of Wands fell to the floor. So with the lower cards that fall, I will not put them on the table, but I'll acknowledge. Okay, so Capricorn, the 5 of Wands fell to the floor. So this is lower energy. That is leaving you. That's behind you. If you've had any disputes, conflict with others, it's definitely leaving you. You're leaning more towards into your own feeling here. Feeling and intuition about what fulfillment of wishes, what your 9 of Cups means to you, what your 10 of Cups means to you, what your new idea is or new passion here. And it's very esoteric as well. So just be careful. I want to say more so how others now we have these cards out, are projecting their energy on to you. So the Queen of Wands, we had the Empress before, right? Is all about growth, expansion, spirituality. We've got the card of strength. Look at all this yellow here. So wearing the color yellow, doing some work or some chakra meditation on your solar plexus, really tapping in, tuning in. So very spiritual, especially exactly like, well, not exactly, but similar to Virgo. You've got a lot of spiritual strength. You've got double Leo here as well. A lot of yellow, like I said, wearing the color yellow. Being in the sun, getting enough sun if you can. You got the strength. So this strength, vitamin D is coming through as well. You're seeing something clearly with some sort of how others are projecting something to you. You're being like, oh yeah, I knew you were like that, or now I'm seeing your true colors. But any conflict is behind you. Remember that 5 of Wands dropped to the lower plane. So passion ignited. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is for Capricorn. Getting clarity, Hanged Man in the reverse. Leo, a lot of exciting energy. The High Priestess, of course. So you're really working with spirit here as far as other people go, people that come through, and you're using that to get the answers you need. If you've been feeling low or down, there's a lot. Wow, we got the Devil, we got your card. So really wow. Okay, so there's quite a few things coming through here, Capricorn. You're really in your power this week. You're really able to start something new, whatever you wanted to do. You're like, yeah, I'm getting in control. I'm in control of myself. I'm in control of my emotions. Yeah, that person is being like ABC, and I'm sort of like not responding, or I'm not going to, I'm setting my boundary. And you're looking at new ways or new things that you're doing. The Devil is here, which talks about constraints, restraints, but it is your card. It's very Saturnian because Saturn rules Capricorn, right? So a lot about discipline, being very disciplined in the spiritual practice, working with spirit, having the spiritual strength to see something clearly. So just like Virgo, I do feel this week would be a great week to do anything esoteric, okay, anything. Cord cutting, if you need to break any chains, we do have the Devil here, and we do have the projection card. You may be looking at yourself in the mirror and going, right, you know, what is it that is going to fill my cup? So yeah, a lot of, Virgo, thank you, Spirit. So a lot of introspect. You're definitely wrapping up a cycle. I talked about the cycle is almost closed or closing. I actually feel for a lot of you, Capricorn, it is happening this week. And we do have the World. So The world also brings brand new opportunities. Okay, so you're looking at the opportunities, you're harnessing that with the Ace of Wands. Really, really, really beautiful. Let's have a look at Gemini next. Gemini, Sun and Rising. If you are Gemini, say hi in the chat and let me know. All right, I just got the Eye of Horus. Now, I've just bought a bracelet. I can't really show you to the camera because I can't lift my arm up. Let me see if I can put my arm on the table. I just bought it. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, the evil eye. Okay, there's something about the evil eye, Gemini, this week. So just bear with me because it doesn't have to be all bad, okay? Evil eye energy, what's going on for Gemini? And Gemini is all about, it's an air sign, so speech, thought, and action, Gemini. And being very analytic of mind. You are an air sign, after all. What's here for Gemini? Yeah, so you have two cards that wanted to come out. You have the number 23, Gemini, which is about change. It's also like prayer. It's the hope card, and it says the prayer at the bottom. So maybe you're praying for something, hoping for something to come in. And then I've got turmoil. Right. Turmoil. 22. So it could be quite an emotional week, Gemini. This is air energy here with the prayer card, and then we have water energy. This could be you feeling emotional, or you having to deal with emotional outbursts from people, because we do have K2 and I'm not going to go into that astrologically. It is a little bit of, it's like the last week in April, and as soon as we get into May, things are going to come a little. So I'm getting ringing in my ear. That could be significant. Intuition again. Wow. So Virgo, Capricorn got this card. Now Gemini, you have this card. Now Capricorn, sorry, Virgo is, Virgo and Gemini both ruled by Mercury. So look at where Mercury is in your chart, because that's significant here. And then you've got the intuition card. So that's very similar to the Virgo reading. So if you've got Virgo in your chart, or even Capricorn, because that was quite a spiritual reading, go and have a look at that. But there's something here about like you really tuning in with spirit this week. Like you are able to do so, Gemini. And it's also, like I said, Mercury is ruled, like we got Gemini, Virgo, the magician energy, okay? So it's very magician energy. It's very much like you're in control, Gemini. You are in control of the outcome here of something. Definitely. So what is it? What's going on? And you're asking spirit for support here. There could be, we do have this turmoil card. I do feel this is like you're praying that something will work out with another person towards you, or work out for them. You could feel like spiritually attacked. I'm not saying that you are, I'm just saying you could be, because of the cards that have come out. And you're, yeah, you need, if that's you, you need to do some cleansing. Protect your energy this week. I've been saying this to everyone all week, and you know, all last week. Okay, let's have a look and see what else, Gemini. So protect your energy. Positive movement forward. So as the week goes on, you could just feel a lot like lighter and brighter. I'm hearing things like working out. So your prayers will be answered. If you connect with spirit, your prayers will be answered about a situation that's possibly emotional, that's possibly had been causing you grief, or another person, and there's positive movement from that, okay? Birds may be significant this week. Getting messages from the feathered friends. You could be hearing from someone online as well. You could be doing a lot of online communication. Yeah, whatever this turmoil is, you could be teaching someone or telling someone else how to stand their ground, or this could be you, Gemini, standing your ground. your stance on a situation. And at the bottom of the deck we have another 7, which is deception, envy. So this is the 7 of Swords energy. So stand your ground, Gemini. I do feel it's a little tricky week for you, a little bit of a tricky week where other people may be infiltrating your peace, because we've got the Dove of Peace. You're trying to sort of like keep the calm with the turbulence that's around you. This could be just emotional people in your workplace, in your environment, in your home. And we only have one major, so not downplaying the other cards, but the major that we do have is the High Priestess. So you have that power to connect with Spirit this week to really pray for peace, basically. Pray for peace in your life and to dissolve any turmoil that's going on and, you know, eradicate it for you. 6 of Cups. You'll be thinking a lot about the past on this card. Because this card is on the High Priestess card, the 6 of Cups. So this talks about dreams, past life dreams. Maybe you're doing some past life meditation. It'll be very good for you. 8 of Swords in the reverse, I like that. That's very positive thinking, positive way of thinking. And as long as you remain positive in your thinking, there will be positive movement forward, okay? Stand your ground is the 9 of Pentacles, came out straight away with that, Gemini. So Virgo energy, you're the sign that rules Mercury. Mercury rules with your sign. You've got stand your ground, standing your independence. We've got a lot of noise in the background, if you just noticed when I started doing your reading, Gemini. So could be a lot of fast movement, a lot of busyness this week. You may, even if, say if this is not another person, the turmoil or a boss or a situation in your life, a person in your life, this is maybe a situation that's just like things that feel chaotic this week. Okay. So I like that, Gemini. It's quite a good reading. I was a bit worried there for a second, and I was like, no, it's all coming together. That's why I have to put all the cards out for it to come together. So it's more so like you're moving into a week that is possibly very busy, to calm your mind and to have peace. Take that time out for yourself with that intuition card there. Tune in, tap in, turn on to Spirit, and then you've got like a lot of busyness. But make sure that you are determined in your actions and make sure you're standing your ground with others. Libra, let's have a look at Libra. What's the main energy for you this week, Libra? Sun and rising. Let's see if I can tune in first of all to Libra's energy as a collective. Okay. I feel, Libra, that there's something like you've overlooked as far as paperwork's concerned, or you're like, no, I didn't say that, or I didn't sign that, or no, that's not right. So you're finding something out for the first time where you're like, that's not right. I didn't say that, or I didn't write that, or I didn't sign that, or something like that. So be careful of any paperwork or anyone trying to like talk you into signing something, doing something. Okay, what else do we have for Libra? What do we have here? Main energy is the card of birthing, the release. This came up a lot last week, so things could be trickling into this week for you, Libra. So when a mother gives birth, she releases, but she also brings and creates something beautiful, something new. You know, a baby, all right? Children could be significant. Mother energy could be significant. But there's a release of something here. Something you've been carrying, possibly, Libra, for quite a long time. And you're like, you know, when you get to, I don't, you know, how many of you have been pregnant online right now, but like when you get to the 8-month period, you're just like, bombed. It's very hard to move around. You're looking at the clock. You're playing the waiting game. You're deliberating on your birth and what's coming up. So I feel that because this is the birthing energy, and you know, something's either being brought to life this week, or you're releasing something that you're like has been a heavy weight. Okay. Let's see what else, Libra. What is here for Libra? We have the accelerated motion. So something moving very, very quickly. Your birth chart could be significant, or astrology and the planets and what's going on. You could be interested in that. You've got the waiting game. Wow, what did I just say? So, and all the, yeah, this cycle is closing here, Libra. I feel it's actually quite a big week for you. This is Two of Wands energy. We've got Eight of Wands, Two of Wands, fire. So this is very much so, you're waiting for, well, we'll clarify these cards, but it's almost like I said, she's waiting, she's looking at the clock, the mother. You know, how long is this going to take? How painful is it going to be? Right? When can I finally release this so I can begin, like, enjoy this baby, enjoy this new life, be a mother, be a, you know, father, whatever. Okay, so there's definitely something here about the time, or time. Yeah, look at that, patience and planning. And I talked about legal things or paperwork, so this has got pillars on it which talk about justice energy or energy here. But that's patience and planning. So it's really important. You could be waiting for something, like you could be planning something and Spirit's saying just wait things out, or wait and see how things go. And you want things to happen quickly because we got the accelerated motion. But Spirit's saying, hang on a minute, Libra. Let's slow this down. You need to be more patient here. You're praying for something to hurry up, all right? But Spirit's saying you need to be more strategic, right? Because you're a strategic sign, right? You're an air sign. You need to be more strategic with this. You need to see how things play out this week, Libra, okay? What else do we have here? Yeah, Three of Wands. Yeah, you're wanting to giddy up. You're wanting to giddy up, Libra, and go. You're wanting to celebrate something as well, all right? So perhaps you're, you know, if you've applied for a job and you've already had a couple of interviews and you're waiting, for example, a phone call, or you have this job, Libra, don't go chasing them and calling them just because you can't be patient enough to wait, all right? That was just an example. Yeah, beep, beep, did you hear that? So, yes, patience will be rewarded, I'm hearing, okay. The Tower, okay, I'm pretty sure, no, we won't go into that because I think Virgo got the, Virgo or Capricorn got the Tower, I think Virgo, but you could be dealing with a Virgo because it's the only other sign that's, you know, but the Tower with the Virgo energy was more like an esoteric energy, a self energy. Let's see what comes out with this. Why is the Tower here for Libra? Seven of what? Wow, Seven of Pence. So you got the Seven of Pentacles twice in your reading. Something you've been waiting for. Something that's, yeah, like I said, that burden, Libra. So there's been a burden that you've been carrying. And it could be a baby for one of you, two of you. I don't know. And you're like, you've got the Eight of Wands again. This is Spirit just clarifying what I'm saying is correct for somebody. And you've got the Ace of Cups. So this could be pertain, Libra, to a romantic relationship where you're waiting for someone to call you back and you're dying to sort of like get on the phone or text them and like bother them to see you again, okay? So Spirit's saying, look, basically, Libra, slow it down this week. You need to have patience and planning. There could be something going on with your finances. You need to drop the burden, but you will, in good timing. Spirit will support you with that, okay? Yeah, Spirit will support you. Wow, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, big week. Big week, Libra, for you, where you're releasing something and you're birthing something new. I haven't got the new information yet. This is like the release. But there's definitely needs to be more patience, there needs to be more planning on something, and you need to wait to see how things play out. And then you've got the Judgment card. So that's the rebirth, all right? That's the rebirth. You could be learning something new, you could be getting a new job, you could be meeting a new person, all right? So whatever you're waiting for this week, basically, this is your message: to be patient, to plan what you can before this begins. And what's after the judgment? You will have more clarity on the answer or the situation, and there will be celebration for you. What's this about, please, Virgo? Oh, I want to say Virgo. Yeah, whatever you're creating, you're going to love. Whatever's coming in, it will come in. So your patience will be rewarded. I want to keep saying that, Libra. And that was your reading. Okay, yeah, you will be able to begin anew, the Fool. You will be able to go on this new adventure. And you got 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. It's going to bring celebration. It's going to bring happiness. You're overthinking, you're over worrying, and you're not being patient enough with this, Libra. So you really need to slow it down and just carry on with your everyday. And Spirit will bring it through when it's meant to, and you're going to be able to begin something beautiful, but it won't be this week, okay? It will be in May, but it won't be this week. Let's have a look at Aquarius, Aquarius, Sun and Rising. Then we're going to look at fire signs, okay? Week ahead for Aquarius, Sun and Rising. Okay, straight away this came out immediately. I was just going to say, let me just tune in, but that came out straight away. All right. Okay, what's going on here? Changes for you, Aquarius, this week with other people. There's something here about the importance of your friendships this week, Aquarius. You're going to see why you have the friends you have, the family you have, why it's been important that you've built good relationships with others, because something's going to pay off now. All right, I'm also getting finances, a payout as well. All right. Oh, okay, so for a very small group of you, if you've gone into any sort of like wanting to buy a lottery ticket with your friends at work, like a group of you, there's something there about that as well. That's not obviously for everyone, it's maybe for one person. So you could have a small win this week. So I'm expecting some pentacles to come out for you, Aquarius. Let's see what's here. So you've got this week the third eye chakra. You've got the solar plexus chakra. Wow. And these colors are also in this card. Okay, so you got purple, you got the yellow. Tuning in with your higher self, following your gut, especially when it comes to others, with the participation card here, seeing things from a different perspective. And then you've got the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, okay, sacrifice, rainbow blessings. Interesting. All right. You're really using, oh, excuse me. A second, Aquarius. Sorry, this may be important. Won't be a second. I'm really sorry. I'm doing this live. We'll get back to this. We'll recap. Okay, I apologize, Aquarius. I really had to answer that. I made an appointment and I've realized I can't go to it, and I just had to let them know. So dealing with others this week, Aquarius, you've got the crown chakra energy, the third eye chakra energy, the solar plexus chakra energy, and that Hanged Man energy. So maybe you're realizing that you have to sacrifice some things to be able to get what you want, to have your rainbow blessings here. You're having more clarity, possibly about the other people around you. And I like exampling things, so I'm going to give you an example with this. So for example, say that you've been hanging around a group of friends and you're realizing your blessings aren't coming in, or things are always being stalled, and then you're like on a gut level and through your higher self going, I know this is because I'm on the wrong path with these people, and I'm going to have to sacrifice the fact that possibly, because this is the number 5, right, changes with participation with other people, possibly I'm going to have to sort of like leave this group, leave this job, leave this partner with this toxic family to be able to make space for blessings. So it's quite a deep week for you, and make sure that you're using your spirit guides to support and help you. And prayer is powerful, of course, to get some sort of answer, especially in regards to others. Yes, thank you, Spirit. And the need to let go. So there's definitely a need to let go of some sort of circle of friends, people in your life, and you know that you have to, and you may not want to, okay? But Spirit's saying to allow these blessings to come in, you need to put yourself first and give yourself that like self-worth to be able to, to have this blessing. Look at that, Ace of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is the conflict, the drama, the chaos, the family, the people, okay? And family are very karmic as well. So you may be getting some sort of like message coming in here, Knight of Swords. You may not want to move forward. This was in the reverse, but you may start, or you will start realizing you need to, right? The Chariot is in the reverse because you're on the wrong path in some respect. King of Swords in the reverse. It could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It could be even masculine. So needing to release someone here. It could even be a person. And, you will be okay, Aquarius, if that's your story. You've got the 7 of Swords behind this. Whatever was kept in the dark will come to light as well. That's maybe for one person. But there's something here about needing to sacrifice, even releasing friendships, changes in friendships as well. There could be, like I said, a really strong space of friends, or the people that you're changing, or the new people that will be coming in. There'll be a lot of solidarity, okay, right, with those people. Fire signs, let's do Sagittarius first of all. I'm going to tune in first of all to your energy, Sag. I'm hearing it wasn't meant to be this way, or I didn't want it to end this way, or something like that. That's what I'm getting with you, Sag. So there's a disappointing energy here, sorry to say, but we'll see what comes out. Like it's it wasn't meant to be this way. It wasn't meant to work out the way it's worked out. You've got the loyalty in the reverse, responsibility. I want to put it in the upright. So dogs may be significant. You may feel like you've been, though, on some sort of a leash here. He's on like a chain, it's being like strained, and that's now being released. So whatever is changing, especially in romantic life, I'm hearing, Sagittarius, it's going to allow you more freedom, right? It's going to relinquish some sort of possible responsibility, but there's still with that dog, he's very strong, right? There's still a sense of loyalty, okay? So even if you're separating or leaving people in your life, or even where you live, whatever, it's releasing some sort of responsibility. Now, if you're not doing this, Sag, you could be thinking about it, but you're also like, it wasn't meant to be this way. Bottom of the deck, you have Patience. That is your card, Temperance energy, so which is nice because that's you standing in your own power, but it's also being like, you're ready. I think you're ready for this release, okay, whatever this release is. And it has been, even though you may not have realized it, it could have been very constraining. It could have been very, something could have been holding you back. You've got the card of Balance coming into alignment in the upright, good karma, the number 11, master number, Libran energy, okay? It's also very Magician energy. I always thought this card should be the Magician card in this deck. And I think they got it wrong. Sorry, whoever made this deck. I think they got it wrong because he has all the elements here. See? the Wand, the Sword, the Pentacle, the Cup. So I'm going to sort of like say Gemini, Virgo and Libran energy as well as your own. We also got Cancer energy with that responsibility card and loyalty. Cancerians are very loyal. So that could be significant, Sagittarius. Positive movement forward, good karma, positive movement forward, beautiful. Could be financial. Something you've been working on could really start paying off. You could start seeing the fruits of it. You've got the Nine of Cups. Okay, I like this really. I like this, Sag. It's like know thyself energy. You're knowing what you need to release. Right, because that came out in the reverse. What you need to remove yourself from. Now, this doesn't mean, Sag, that you're separate. Say if you're going through a bad patch and you're living with your partner, or even like you're married, and you decide that a separation is in order, but you're still going to, the relationship's going to be different. The relationship's going to be conducted differently. Then it will bring more balance in, it will be more positivity, it will be more intimate in some sort of way. So you're still sort of seeing that person, but just in a different way. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're really creating something this week. You're getting it really straight in your mind, what you need to release yourself from, what you need to, it's very devil type of energy with that being in reverse. Yeah, it have a lot to do with the home. It's going to bring more balance possibly to a family environment is coming in. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. I was just going to clarify the Eight of Pentacles here. Positive growth, I want to say here. The Tower. Now Libra and I think Virgo got this. Scorpio energy here. Yeah, you're knowing thyself here, Sag, this week. This is really nice. Knowing thyself. Breaking a contract with someone possibly, but maybe just doing things in a different way. I think if that's the case, you're going to have more independence and freedom, and things are going to go better than they did before. Say if you're moved in with someone too quickly and you're like, listen, this isn't working, us living together. The passion's sort of going out of it. The excitement's gone out of the relationship a little bit because of this. Some people it's the other way, but for this it isn't. So of course I'm exempling it. So, you know, how about we move back to our respective homes and still date? And it's more exciting. It's more like whatever. All right. Or you could be doing a different way, or having a different way of working. Perhaps you're working from home. Right. Perhaps you can work from home and you decide to do that. So there's a change up for you here, Sag. There's a change up for you, where you're breaking free of a constraint, and the Tower's here, but it's going to bring success and some sort of new contract or a soul contract with someone. So whatever that you've been wanting, whatever you've been wanting to change, great time for that to start being implemented. Aries, let's see what's here for Aries, and then Leo. Aries, Aries, Aries. I'm getting that sense of love, that love energy. Okay. Love, romance. I'm hearing like, and I thought romance was dead. Now this could be someone coming onto you, Aries. This isn't a love reading, but it's feeling very lovey-dovey sort of energy. What is here for Aries? So you have one of your cards, sovereignty and self-empowerment, also Virgo energy. Eagles may be significant this week. Eagle spirit has your back, or is that the hawk spirit? Okay, let's have a look. Aries, very strong fire energy here, air energy as well. This is actually a Virgo card though, but I feel it's like very Aries, sort of fiery energy. Okay, interesting. So when a card falls to the lower plane, I won't use it in the reading, but I will acknowledge it. You've got the judgment energy. So I'm hearing like no judgment, or you're not judging someone or something like that this week, Aries. Okay, moon energy. Four of Wands in the Four of Swords in the reverse energy. So if you've been recovering from something, Aries, you're gonna get better. Things are looking more positive. There's also something about action or needing to act and step into your power in some sort of way. Looking at your shadow side, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, specifically Pisces energy for me as a reader. But it can be Scorpio energy as well, this one. Shadow energy, so, you know, going within. Wow, how interesting. We got the Judgment in the reverse. Let's just put that under there. I wasn't expecting that to come out again. It came out in the upright on the floor. Balance, Libra. Really strong energies around you this week, Aries. Let me just tune in here, see what's going on. Got the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, mental conflict. I hate that depiction on that card. So Aries, is there something that you're not sure about, sure of going like forward with, needing to do some introspect, needing to really step into your power? There could be something where someone's judged you, or you've judged something or someone else too quickly, and you're sort of like going, I have to take it back a bit here and re-look at this in like almost like a different perspective, because I may have like judged too quickly or too hard on that person or situation. Yeah. And by admitting you were wrong, yes, Aries, by admitting you didn't like do something possibly in the right way or at the right time or said exactly the right thing, is strengthening your own character here. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, someone could have been judging you, but I think it's more like you pulled a judgment call too quickly and now you're re-looking at it. Okay. Four of Wands came out in the reverse. I'm going to take that in the reverse, Aries. Thank you, Spirit. Three of Wands. Yeah. See, Four of Wands to back to the Three of Wands. So you're going back on something. You're rethinking, redoing, re-looking at something, redeciding. I'm just going to put, I should have done that ages ago. Yeah, re-looking at something here. I judged too harshly. But then you're mentally acknowledging it and you're acting. Four of Swords in the reverse. You're acting on it. So you could be calling someone back, or, you know, saying, oh, I was a bit too harsh with that, or whatever. So you're putting a lot of like heart into this conversation. You're thinking about it and then you're putting the heart into acting and calling that person or backtracking on something here. And it could be for your own intentions, because the Nine of Cups can be a very like self-imposing card. You've got two nines here where you're being not selfish, but you're definitely doing something for your best interest or your own interest. So you could be apologizing to someone this week, Aries. I feel it's more like you to someone else than them to you. But it will bring things into balance. So if you need to, if this is your story and you need to like go, I made a bad call on that, I need to sort of like, yeah, I was negative about that or thought negatively about that personal situation, so I jumped in too quickly. Now I have to sort of like rethink it and go, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it like that, I said it wrong, or you took it wrong, but I shouldn't have said it like that, or in that context, or like been angry or whatever. Okay. And you, by you doing that and acknowledging it, Aries, there's going to be a celebration. Things will be into balance, and that person, yeah, and the conflict will be over. So this is definitely to do with another person or other people, but that person will really respect and acknowledge you as well for being in the wrong and acknowledging it. So watch that POA, Aries. Let's have a look at Leo. Leo, I'm just seeing a surprise. So there's a surprise here, Leo, I'm feeling for you. Like you're shocked or surprised, but in a good way. You're like, oh my God, really? That's for me? That's mine? I won? Something here that's really nice, Leo. I really like this. Okay. You got the card of alignment. So feeling in alignment, something changing to get you into alignment. to feel more centered, balanced this week. I like this. Okay, what else do we have, Aries? Changes, celebration, yeah. So there's something coming in here that I just feel very, sorry, Leo. I think I said Aries, I apologize. There's something coming in here that involves others, that's going to be a celebration, that's going to be a shock, a surprise to you, that is going to make you feel so aligned and happy and joyous and resonance with those around you. Sorry, I'm just having to, oh wow, and the sun, yeah. I was seeing the sun just before I started pulling the Shadows of Light Oracle. So there's the sun. Happiness, sunshine. This is probably the best reading out of all the signs so far, Leo. And there you are, the sun stepping into your joy. And you don't have to be patient anymore. Something's coming through, patience and planning in the reverse. So whatever you've been waiting for, you're getting the answer this week, and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. The waiting game is over. The waiting game at the bottom of the deck in reverse, patience and planning in reverse. I like it. I like it a lot. Leo, beautiful. What else is here for Leo? So you'll definitely have something to celebrate, Leo. You've got some exciting news coming in. Knight of Wands. It could be about a romantic partnership as well. It might be like, oh my God, they feel the same way. Or, oh my God, they like me. Like me, little old me, they like me. Or that this person comes towards you that you've been attracted to for a very long time. And all of a sudden they're getting your number off a friend and calling you or adding you to their friends or whatever. So something really nice here. Ace of Pentacles. Leo, you have a great week coming up. Quick week, fast week, I want to say. All right. Leo, Sun and Rising. What else do we have here? Five of Wands in the reverse. I think others are going to be really happy for you. I don't think there's going to be any issues with other people this week at all. They're really going to be on board. If you've been through a time of difficulty with others, that's sort of leaving you. If you're looking for a new job, you're going to rise above the rest and get that job, okay? You're going to be the one that shines the brightest. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful week for you, Leo. I don't have anything bad to say. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the final three signs, last but not least. We're going to start with Pisces, because Pisces gets the bad rap, and Pisces always last, so we're going to do Pisces first on the water signs. Pisces, what am I getting here with Pisces? I'm actually getting you needing or wanting more rest. I actually saw you, Pisces, getting into your bed and pulling up the sheets, and it was the daytime outside, so you may need to have some nana naps this week. Pisces, you may be feeling just super fatigued. I'm not a doctor, so go and, you know, if you need to get anything looked at, blood tests, whatever. Yeah, participation in the reverse. So you're feeling very Piscean, I'm going to say. Very like, I don't want to participate. I don't want to go to that party. I don't want to go to that event. I don't want to go to work. I want to be on my own. Okay? There could be things going on around in your friendship circle or even family, and you're like, I don't want to party to it. I don't want to know about it. I just want to like do my own thing, and I want to rest. I want to sleep. Okay? You've got the Patience and the Devil energy. Capricorn, the Devil's in the reverse here. So there may be some things going on where you're like not wanting to see something or not wanting to release something yet. 1414, 1414 may be significant, which is 55. And the number 15 is the next card, 2 Temperance. So there's some sort of like progression here. You've got Sag and Capricorn, which of course after Sagittarius in the horoscopes is Capricorn in the horoscope wheel. You're having to be very patient with yourself, because some seed that you've planted that you want to see fruition to is not possibly coming through this week as well. You may have been very patient with a person. Could be a child as well, I'm hearing, where you're like, they've been very difficult, they've been difficult to deal with. Could be a young teen as well for some of you. There's something here about not breaking free of something at this point, but wanting to, being patient and saying like, oh, I'll just wait for this to come through, or I'll wait for the right time to detach myself from this toxic person, this friend. I'll deal with their BS for so long, child, right? And then I'm just going to have to step in because I planted this seed and I'm trying to grow this person into being the best version of themselves. This definitely could be for some about a young teen in their life. What else do we have here? That's being super difficult or breaking the rules or flaunting the rules. Communication will be very important, I'm going to say here this week to Pisces. And you know, communication is not the easiest for Pisces or for any of the water signs, right? It's a big week in regards to needing to deliberate on something and discuss something possibly with someone. Right, let's have a look and see what else we have. What is here for Pisces? You have the King of Swords. So maybe you're being patient with a masculine, could be a boss, could be a father figure, or even your partner. You have your card at the bottom of the deck. So you are in your energy. Could be something from the past. Okay. Could be something or someone coming back around from the past and you're like wanting to hide under the bed sheets, because I saw that straight away at the beginning. And someone wants possibly an answer on something and you're needing to say to them, you need patient, I haven't made my mind up. Or you're wanting an answer from this person and they haven't made their mind up. But I feel it's more like you haven't made your mind up, Pisces. Like, leave me alone. Let me do some shadow work. Let me do some thought on this. Let me look at my fears associated with releasing this person. So it's almost like someone wants an answer, Pisces. Are you going to leave that situation? Now this is going to be a different story for everyone, especially if it's third party, and I'm picking up a little third party energy here, Pisces, right? So there's something about really facing your fears. Spirit saying, do not worry, okay? Facing a fear here, needing to communicate with yourself what you need to release, Pisces. I don't think you're doing it this week, but someone wants an answer from you. You need more clarity. Someone wants an answer. You're hiding away. But things will balance out, especially through communication. Now, this doesn't mean to say you have to answer to anyone, Pisces, except yourself. So doing that moon energy, that introspect, that facing like, what am I afraid of to make this decision? Why am I afraid to make this decision to this other person, to speak my truth? I need to be fair in this. Is it fair? Okay. So there's a very strong questioning yourself. Four of Swords in the reverse. You will act, you will be successful, you will make the right decision, Pisces, possibly into the first week in May, or even around the moon on the 1st of May. Let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. I'm only taking donated readings, guys, today, just to let you know. So if you're on here and you want a reading, you will have to donate today to get one. I never do that, so like it's not like I do that all the time, but we've spent a while on this, all signs, and I'm not going to be able to get through the list of people. So it's donations only, otherwise I will see you tomorrow. Okay, Scorpio, momentum, the flow, very strong water energy here, Scorpio, for you. This is really, really nice. Scorpio, rising moon, or even sun, okay, sun, moon, rising. Things are going to gain momentum if you just like calm your mind, calm your spirit, calm your soul, let things just play out the way they're supposed to, okay? And it's the number 10. The 10th of the month may be significant. I haven't said that today, but yeah, the 10th of the month may be significant. Next month, things will start gaining momentum around mid-May. I'm hearing you're just doing your thing, Scorpio, I feel this week. You're just staying in the flow, all right? We have Virgo, so it's solitude, Virgo energy, hermit energy. You're doing your thing. You could possibly be studying. You're wanting to do the right thing. Maybe you're looking into more information about particular something. That star is right behind her. So maybe you're wanting to do a course or study something because you need to reach your goal, or you want to reach your goal. So you could be at college, okay? For those of you at college, things are going to be a lot more flowing in your own mind. So there could have been a release lately, or, you know, last week, this month sometime, that's opened your space and your mind to other things. Wow, that's one of your sister sign, Pisces energy. Wow, really strong here. Solitude, intuition. Great week, Scorpio, for you, but I feel it's very esoteric, okay? Thank you, Noxie. Okay, I feel it's very esoteric. You're looking at possibly loss with a person, with a situation, with a partnership. So it's a very lonely, maybe some of you are alone. There could be changes of heart with something, or you feel like you've made some sort of wrong decision, Scorpio, in regards to you and another person. And it can be a parent, a friend, a family member, you know, a boss. It can be romantic, but there's something about this is really going to put me at a loss not being around this other person, right? Or someone's affecting you this week and you're feeling quite, I'm getting like tears, so you could be teary this week, Scorpio. You could be really praying or tuning into what you need to do at a higher self level to be able to avoid something or to fix something at a heart space level, and you're spending a lot of time alone in rumination about this. There's a realization or an aha moment I'm seeing here. So there's like a little sadness this week, Scorpio. Even though things are like you're trying to just like go with the flow here, and like there is a cycle closing, and you're looking back at a situation, especially if it's to do with another person, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do now? Thank you, Elaine. What am I going to do now with this information? Wow, High Priestess twice in your reading, Scorpio. It could be a past person, parent, family, friends, past life person, love interest. Something didn't work out. What didn't work out, Scorpio? And you're like, shit, what am I going to do now? I'm going to lose this person, or I'm going to be at an emotional loss, and I'm not going to be happy. So there's something going on here where you're needing to like re-look at something on a relationship level, whether it's platonic or romantic, okay? You're like, oh dear, should I reach out? Perhaps some of you will reach out. I do feel this is something about you, Scorpio, and not what's being done to you. Does that make sense? I feel that you've created something here and it's blocked your path forward in some way, or you could have literally blocked someone. Seven of Swords. Two of Cups in the reverse, Two of Cups on the table. And finances in the reverse. I don't know what's going on. This may be a specific like reading for a specific person, but something that's been hidden and possibly come to light is causing you detriment in some sort of way, and you're wondering whether you made the right choice or what you're going to do next about it, because you're not comfortable with your decision. The Empress. You want things to be right. Wow, look at that Seven of Swords again. You're ruminating on this. Okay, let's have a look. Scorpio, one more card or two. The Empress, Mother Energy, Taurus, Libra, Three of Swords. So you could have caused someone some heartbreak here, okay? You could have said in the past, Scorpio, I don't want to put any work into this. And then you're like, but intuitively, I feel that I need to fix something because I'm going to be left to detriment, possibly financially, okay? I don't know what this means. This is what's coming through. Okay. There's a lot coming through about that, but there's something about finances as well here, and the need to possibly maybe open up again to this person, if that's your story. I only saying what, you know, the cards come through. That was very specific. It was the only specific one I did out of all 12 signs. The last one we have is Cancer. Okay. Cancer, you are the last one today, and then we'll do Noxie's reading, but I'll have a quick break, Noxie, because I've been talking for an hour and a half nearly. Okay, let's have a look at Cancer energy. Cancer energy. You came up in Pisces reading, so maybe check the Pisces reading as well, Cancer. What's here for Cancer? Projection and alignment. You've got two cards. The projection and the alignment. I like this. I like it. I like it a lot. This shows me that you're coming into some sort of realization here about how you project your energy to others, or how others like view you. I feel this is like how others view you and how you view yourself, and what you want to change here, Cancer. And Spirit is really supporting you with aligning to this change that is required, right? Thank you, Elaine. I'm trying to do a reading here, please. Just be patient. Okay. Cancer. What is going on? So getting into alignment, looking at yourself, knowing what you need to do to get into alignment. I'm seeing the Devil energy, like almost needing to release something, release an addiction, release a way of doing things. Okay. You got the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, if you want a new relationship to begin, or you want an upgrade in your current relationship and things to get better, you're really needing, or you're looking, Cancer, at what you need to do to get aligned, to be ready for love, to have that space there for allowing love to come in. So there is some sort of change here that you're doing with yourself, and at a solar plexus level, you're feeling like this is the right time to do this, because I can't continue to go round and round. I'm seeing the round and round energy. Let me just split the deck here. Yeah. Okay. I need to be more have more perseverance with myself, push myself more. Okay. And then things will gain momentum. So Cancer, this week, there's like a real introspect energy where you're looking at yourself, you're looking at how you are viewed by others, and you're wanting to really get into some sort of healthier, possibly, way of being. All right, healthier way of being. Interesting. Let's have a look. So I've seen the Devil before, even if it's not come out. It might come out now. Five of Pentacles. Where is it that you are not changing to allow love in, especially if you're single? What is it that you need to change? Is it your mindset? Is it your lack of, or you know, are we complaining all the time? Cancer. Okay. What else? Yeah. It's about being very clear with yourself, like that whatever you need to do to change in your life and elevate to get to the next level, to have some sort of movement, positive movement forward here. And what you need to do, you got the Justice card, you know, what you need to do, what decisions you need to make, okay, what you need to let go of, what burdens you have put on yourself, where you really need to like release something, change something, habits, patterns, behaviors, to be able to get more balanced and aligned, to allow love in. You've also got the King of Pentacles here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I think this is like different aspects, Cancer, though, of your character, where you're like, where can I be more stable? Like, what do I need to do to get myself more stable? Am I in alignment? What sort of energy do I project to others at this time? Am I balanced? Am I fair? Am I clear in my mind what I need to release so I can let love in? So it's a very introspect energy for you this week, Cancer. And it will be good for you to do this like moon type energy, right? It will help you. It will get you more balanced. You got the Temperance card. Emotional support. Okay, where are you cheating yourself out of growing in some sort of way? All right, where are you cheating yourself out of growing in some sort of way? Right, where are you causing yourself heartbreak, Cancer, by not aligning, by not looking, you know, where have you been unfair? Where have you been unfair? So it's very introspect. I think it's very positive for you, Cancer. I don't think like this is a negative reading. This is just definitely a very much so like, let's look at the bare facts of who I am, what I want to change, and how I can start working on it. Okay? I'm only taking donated readings. We have one from Noxie and two from Elaine. The reason why I'm doing that, and I don't do that, and you all know I never do that, okay? So it's not going to be a daily thing or anything, but it's only because I've already been on for an hour and a half, and by the time there's a lot of work, a lot of energy to do what we do as live tarot readers, okay? So I've only got like 20 minutes to half an hour left. So basically, if there's a lot of people on the list, I'll just say if anyone wants to donate, otherwise I'll see you tomorrow. But Noxie has donated. Noxie, if you want any specific cards, let me know. I'm going to have a quick break and we're going to get into your reading. So you can tell me the colour of the cards that you're drawn to the most. We've also got the Wisdom and the Oracle deck, which I haven't used yet, but I'm feeling the need to. So we got this deck, and then I'll get you guys to decide. Elaine, you can decide if you want to, or I can pick. And then we got the Angels cards with the little wings. Okay. So let me know which cards you want me to use. When I get back, I'm going to have a break. Okay, I won't be long. Okay, thank you for waiting. Noxie, post your question. Let's have a look and see what's here for you today. What are Spirit's messages for you today? The angel cards. Okay, cool. We haven't used these today yet, so let's have a look and see. What's here for Noxie, please, Spirit? What does Spirit want to bring through for Noxie? I hope you're doing well, everybody, all of you people. You have you have abundance. Wow. I mean, we will clarify these. We're going to pull 3. Abundance. There's something about self-belief, believing that abundance is coming to you. Music could be significant, needing to put light-hearted music on. You've got romance. Perhaps you're wanting romance in your life, or more romance. Know that it's out there for you. Say, know that it is coming. Okay, I think we talked about this the other day, about romance. Also protecting your energy. I'm seeing Archangel Michael. We'll see what comes out. Please see what comes. Yeah, needing to surrender and release old paradigms. I'm hearing old ways of believing in like yourself or romance in general. Trust yourself more, okay? Trusting yourself, that you feel that, you know, that you need to know that there is someone out there for you, okay? Okay. Let's see what's here. What else do we have? You want these ones as well? We'll just pull some tarot shortly. Why is the abundance card here? Why is the abundance card here? Needing to see things from different perspective and set some boundaries with others and yourself. That's the Archangel Michael, white light of protection. You are protected, but there is like definitely needing to have a different perspective. Your higher self wants more for you, I'm hearing. So yeah, you need to, okay, as far as romance is concerned, this is about participation. Starting to get out there, starting to action your social dalliances. I'm hearing like who you're associating with. Are you associating with the right people? Are you joining the right groups? Are you meeting people, as far as, you know, if you want to meet people in a romantic sense, are you meeting them at the right places? Because the participation, that perhaps you need to change that somewhere. And the surrender and release is blame. Like, no more blaming yourself for, there's a lot of healing here, so no more blaming yourself for things that you may have done in the past. Look at this self-worth at the bottom of the deck. So this week definitely is all about like having, like, looking at yourself from different perspective, putting more self-worth, self-value is coming through a lot. If you've been like not to be the victim, oh, I can't have this or that, I can't have that person, or, you know, I never have love in my life, there's a need to release that here. And, you know, if other people have blamed you for things or been the victim around you, then it's releasing those people too. You may have been blamed for things in your life, okay? My whole life has been all about blame. Oh, it's her fault or mum's fault or, you know, whatever, okay? So needing to release that perception of yourself from your mind. There's definitely something about 100% setting boundaries with others, but mainly yourself, and putting yourself first, and your self-value here is coming into play. What else do we have? And that's where your abundance lies. Look at this, the Lovers and the Eight of Cups. So some sort of outdated belief that you need to discard, okay? Perhaps a person that you need to sort of stop seeing or discard as well, that's possible. But there's a lot of healing required. Like, look at where you need to set boundaries with others, with yourself, where, you know, process things that you have lost or people you have lost in your life. And that's hit you on a heart chakra level, because you have a lot of love to give, right? And if you have been blamed for things, you need to release that. Other people's, the way they thought about you, didn't see you in the perspective that you see yourself, like we're all on our own soul journey, and if you have done anything that you do blame yourself for, there's a need of forgiveness for that. The Three of Cups is here. I think there's a lot of happiness to be had in making new friends, joining groups, meeting new people, possibly romance will come from it, and being very clear on what that means to you. The Queen of Swords. It can be a very spiritual week. We do have the Devil here. We have spiritual strength as well, and we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So, like, a little bit of introspective right now would go a long way, okay? A lot of healing. You've got 888 in your reading. You've got a need to emotionally release something here and say, okay, that was then, this is now. I'm the new me, and I can step into my own power, and I can, like, salvage almost my emotional discontent, boredom, or disappointment from the past and move forward, okay, into a better way of thinking. So that was your reading. Elaine, post your first question. Thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, self-worth, very nice. Elaine, if you want any particular cards, let me know. We've got Elaine for 2 questions. If anyone wants to donate, you can do so now. It's $5 US. The link is below. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's just light some sage and clear that energy. I'm going to make a carbonara today. Bacon and mushrooms and cream. Oh my. Bacon and mushrooms and cream. Oh my. Okay. The blue cards next to the red cards. Okay, that's spirit angel messages for you. Okay, so let's have a look at that in a general. With tarot as well, of course. What does spirit want Elaine to know right now? What does spirit want Elaine to know right now? What's important here? Oh, something fell to the lower plane. So let's just acknowledge it, see what it is. It says, your spirit guide can lead you, but you cannot do it for you in the reverse. So I think that's a realization of that. You know what, you know you need to action. You can ask spirit all you like, and spirit can be there to help you. But if you don't like action something yourself, to do the healing or look at your fears or whatever it is, then, you know, and I think you've realized that because it came out on the floor. So we're going to put it back in the deck, okay? I'm going to shuffle again. The number 40 may be significant. I'm seeing something times by, like, something times by something else. So like you're multiplying something here. If that makes sense. Okay, the first card you have is carry the torch for others to see, wake up the world. So this year, because it breaks down to 10 and we are in the year of 10, the number 47 may be significant. Actually it doesn't, it breaks down to an 11. But I did see the number 10. We also have the number 10 on the screen. So this year is a master number, and next year, no, sorry, I'll start again. This year is the number 10, which is about new beginnings, but this card is an 11. So even moving into 2027, which is the master number year. Woohoo, let's see what happens next year. You have a lot of gifts, talents, and abilities that you can support other people, mentor other people. So this is a lot to do with this year and maybe even next year. To carry the torch for others, to be that mentor, that guide. There's something here about definitely about Uranus moving into Gemini and using that talent, gift, ability to train and mentor other people and to be like service to others. So we've got very strong Virgo type of energy. We've also got Libra energy here. All right. What else do we have? Okay. When it feels right, do it. And you have the ability to affect your own destiny. Right? You have the ability to affect your own destiny. Strong fire energy, also very third eye chakra energy here, or even crown chakra. So there's some changes coming about. We've got the number 32 breaking down to a 5. We've got the number 41 breaking down to a 5. So there's a lot of changes going on in how you view yourself, I want to say, like knowing, like acknowledging you do have really amazing talents, gifts and abilities, Elaine. All right. And when it's the right time to impart these messages and support to others, this is the changes that's coming in. Okay. And in turn, it's sort of going to affect your own destiny, because you're going to realize you're really good at it, training or teaching someone else. You're going to realize that you are important, and what you have learned in your life that you can help others with from the difficulties that you've possibly been to. Okay, interesting. Through, I was going to say, and I said to. The situations you've been through are not only going to affect your destiny in a good way. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune here, so let's see what happens with that. They're going to support other people. Why does this carry the torch for others to see, waking up the world? Queen of Cups, because you've got a lot of love to impart to others, a lot of compassion, a lot of empathy, okay? And there's almost like it's been sealed in this cup, and now you're ready to release your support to others in some sort of way. What else do we have? And when it feels right, do it with the right people, okay? 10 of Cups, look at that. Love, imparting love to people, to support people, to help people to break down those walls and those barriers that they've built through fear, through rejection, through sadness, through loss, through blame, okay? So this is like a gift that, it's almost like a gift that you either acknowledge that you have, and have recently acknowledged that you have, or that Spirit wants you to know, if you haven't acknowledged it yet, that you have this gift to really give out a lot of love to other people. This is families, this is friendships, this is people who deserve it, okay? Remember, this says, when it feels right, do it. When it feels right to give love to others, to support others, you will be doing that, okay? 4 of Wands, because in some sort of way, it's going to build some sort of stability and strength within your own self. Disregarding the fact that you're helping others, it's going to support your own stability, security in some sort of way, all right? And it's going to build some sort of like structured, disciplined, Sagittarian energy, where you're combining that with your empathy and compassion and love as well, all right? So you could have just realized this in Aries season. In April, you possibly like, I can give more to my community, or I can give more, like I've learned so much, I can support other people. You could even have a, like, open a channel, go down some sort of like part-time, I want to say, sort of mentorship path, or is there something here about giving back, okay? Paying it forward, all right? To bring the best out in other people, help people see things from different perspectives. So I don't know if you wanted to do a course or something like that. Anything to do with learning here would be very good for you. Even to do with psychology, or just like even working in a soup kitchen, or working in like charitable, or a charitable event I'm hearing could be coming up. Yeah, and there's that Sagittarian energy. Taurus, and we're in Taurus season, right? And this is bringing some sort of change within your stability here. It's helping you be more grounded, very grounded energy, right, Taurus? But combining it with the passion that you have inside yourself, with the love you have, with the compassion that you have, all right? Passion and compassion. Bottom of the deck, Sagittarius, helping people, getting into alignment yourself. What's your second question? That was your reading. Guys, I will be leaving the feed in a second. If you do want to donate, you can do so now. It's $5 US. Please let me know if you have done that. And then I will be back tomorrow. We did an all signs today, so that was a little bit of time spent on that. So go check your rising or your sun sign, even your moon sign on that beginning. I will be putting, it takes approximately 12 hours to upload the lives so people can watch them again. Let me put the timestamps on there. Hi everyone that's coming on. I will not be doing any more reads today after Elaine's last question, unless you donate. Okay, I don't usually do that, but it's been a very long live with all signs. General for this week, red cards. So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, Elaine. I've just ordered a new tarot deck. I'm so excited. It's called Tarot Louisville or Louisville. I'm so excited for that to come to me. Wait till you see these cards, guys. Now, we just had a bunch of cards drop to the floor. I'm not picking them up, but I can see what they are. So you've got the main card that came out is the Orphaned card. So you're definitely coming out of a period of time. Let me show you. I'm feeling like lack of. There's a determination here, energy this week of I'm not going to get myself into that poor me energy. If something didn't happen, you're going, it wasn't there, it wasn't meant to be. It didn't happen because it wasn't supposed to happen. There was a lesson possibly I learned from it, but I'm moving on. So you're getting out of that lack of Five of Pentacles energy, okay? You're getting support from Spirit. I don't know what sign you are. As far as your rising, let me know. Go check out your rising. Right, you've got the building blocks. You're looking at what, it's almost like Seven of Pentacles. What have I gained? What have I got? What do I want? Okay. Where am I right now in my life? I'm at a fork in the road, possibly, but I am being positive. I am going, right, what's next? What can I learn? What career path do I want to follow? What friendships do I want to keep? But this week would be a very good week for self-reflection and definitely staying away from other people, because with this monkey up here whispering in this stag's ear, and you're the stag, and the stag is like the leader, right? Very Aries. So you could have been doing a lot of rumination on this in April, but this is like not listening to others about what your next move is, what you want to build, what you've created and what you want to continue building, what you want to drop, what you want to release, what you want to start again, like new. Right, and for some, I want to say for some of you, so this could be for more than one person online listening, but this is time to go. This is the time to go. You're going, okay, fork in the road is like many directions to face. You're at this hanged man pose. You're standing there going, right. And you know what? If you can see in this card, it actually, that lead is not tied to the post. You're free to go, Spirit said. You can if you like, Noxie, I would appreciate that, thank you. You're free to go in any direction you want, as long as you don't listen to this monkey in your ear or this bird in your ear going, oh, but Elaine, I think you should do this or that, okay? So you're free to go. You've got an owl here on his back. You've got the wisdom, you've got the knowledge. You can make your own decisions on what you want to build next. It is the number 4. We had the 4 of Wands in your general, so very secure, very structured, very stable energy. And you're not going with the flow. You've decided this week, I'm not going with the flow, I'm making some decisions. So time to go. You have been in between worlds. This came out in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. So you have been in a dark place, but you're definitely moving into the light. You're understanding of yourself a lot more. You're knowing what you need to release. You're knowing what you need to go for. Now, time to go doesn't mean go or leave someone. It could be time to go towards a new doorway, because she's running towards this doorway. All right. Number 9, 45, 13, 4, 28, and 10. What else do we have? You're tuning in with Spirit here. Great week to do so. Tuning in with Spirit, looking at where you need to grow, having the tools, having the knowledge, having the wisdom, not listening to other people, making your own decisions, taking the lead in your own life, Leo energy, and getting clear. Okay, so great week for some let's chat with spirit. Let's have a crown chakra meditation, okay? To get clear. Gratitude is coming through as well, being grateful for all you have built so far. So really nice week, I see, coming in for you here. 10 of Pentacles, wow. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So you're knowing where your abundance lies. It's almost like you're having an epiphany this week, an aha moment. Oh, I know what I need to do. And if I pay it forward, if I give back to my community by, in my spare time, doing some charitable work, as well as working on my own goals. I don't see romance here. I see a very structured schedule that you're putting into place and you're going for. So this is really, really nice. And Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, first card, building blocks. Where have I been? Where am I at? Where am I going? Okay. So very similar to your general. There's a lot of things you're releasing, especially on a mental level, in the way you think. You're releasing possibly people in your life. You're seeing through masks of others. You're tuning in more with spirit. The Hanged Man in the reverse. You're getting super clear. And you want an adventure, okay? So this happens a lot with me and you. I'm sort of mirroring my energy here, Elaine. Perhaps because we spend a lot of time talking, right, online. Very mirroring with my energy here. And what I'm doing this week is I am going to do cord cutting, cleansing of my home, curse breaking. I'm doing all that shit this week. So you could try do that. If you want to email me, I'll let you know what my schedule is, because it's a very strong mirroring energy with what I'm doing. Extremely, almost like if I was to do a reading for myself and these cards came out, I would not be surprised. Noxie, post your question. You are last unless someone else donates, but I've been on nearly 2 hours now. We will be on tomorrow between 6 and 7 p.m. at New York Eastern Standard Time. I will do my best to be on at 6, but it doesn't always happen. Like this morning, it didn't happen. I think I was half an hour late. What time is it in the US right now? I know it's 12 hours behind from where I am. But I'm not sure if you're still got your daylight savings or that's come into play. Oh no, it's exactly 12 hours. Okay, so I know where I'm at then. All right, thank you. What can I do to improve in work? Let's have a look and see. What can Noxie do to improve in work? 3 cards, please, Spirit, from this deck. What can Noxie do to improve in work? You got the Unity in reverse, which is Magician energy. Got creativity at the bottom of the deck, being more creative. Right, so being very authentic, I'm going to say as well. Authenticity, creativity. So write all these things down. Being creative, not just following like the sheep, or like if your boss gives you something to do, give them extra or give them a twist on something. I'm hearing stability in the reverse. Okay, these are coming out in the reverse, so I just want to like be aware of that. Using your voice, liberation. Speaking up, saying what you need to say without fear, without being afraid of the repercussions. Of course, in a very graceful way, in a very direct way. And it's always like not what you say, how you say it, right? Realizing yourself within where you're not stable and where we talked about this yesterday, Noxie, and where something is not stable enough for you. Is it enough for you? It's almost like the realization, is this going to work? Am I going to be able to use Magician energy, everything I'm gifted at in this job? It came out in the reverse. So it's almost like an acknowledgement of perhaps where you are, and I'm not saying to leave your job, but we talked about this yesterday. Is it going to be fruitful? Is it going to continue like helping me build and being stable? Because there's instability here, right? Speaking out for what you want, changes in how you communicate, and yeah, stepping into some sort of self-empowerment. This is very much about looking at where you're not happy. And I'm also going to say, don't strive for perfection, because you got the perfection card at the bottom of the deck, and I think you're striving to be perfect. It's more important to have integrity than perfection, okay, in your job. That's a significant message. As long as you have integrity and speak truth and be open and honest and tell your boss what you need, what you want, especially if you're feeling unstable. So if you're not feeling secure in your job, I would go and speak to your boss. I would say, listen, I'm not feeling, I need to learn more about that. I'm not learning enough. I'm not getting enough like passion for things. Your boss would rather hear that, because that's going to show them, him, her, whoever, that you're self-empowering yourself to want to fly higher, to want to do better, okay? And if you're not happy where you are and you feel it's not a stable environment for you moving forward, then perhaps you can use those tools in your magician's toolbox elsewhere, okay? So it's you really needing to be brave here, have like strength and yeah, to strive towards your happiness. Of course, Leo energy, strength energy as well with the sun, and step into your own power. I would definitely be having a conversation with your superior. I definitely have a conversation with your superior about, especially if this is masculine coming up here, in like where you're happy in your work, where you're not, what sort of thing can you put in place with them, him, that is going to like give you some sort of new lease on life in where you are. And I feel that he's very open and like receptive. I do feel that you could possibly, there could be some changes coming up where you're learning something new and it would bring you to some sort of new opportunity. You have the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. We also have the Page of Pentacles, which is my learning card, learning something new, putting the effort in to gain, to have big changes, to gain a new like responsibility or a new promotion or a new way of working or whatever it is. If that is not there in this job, you'll be looking for something that can bring you that. Okay, that was your reading. Thank you all for being here. I will be online tomorrow and I will see you then. Bye bye.